Why? If you guys can't tell, I reached the end of Date Alive. Of Season 2. Episode 10. So let's get this review started. In this episode of Date Alive, even though I did have a little sad moment at the beginning of this, I'm going to make sure this still stays a little acceptable. Anyways, in this episode, we hit a point where Toka becomes a demon spirit, and this is when we finally realize that there is an evil and a good side of the spirit form. One's called demons, the other one's called angels, pretty much. They have significantly different power. Even though Toka was pretty strong in the first place, she still was way stronger in her demonic form. Miku trying to help out, making sure that Cheeto is safe. Cheeto ends up protecting her instead, and this is when we get to see him actually use his other spirit's power, fathoming out of nowhere an ice barrier. And we all know where that one came from. On top of that, he ends up saving Miku, and she ends up getting new aspirations for him. She starts feeling differently about how she was feeling about him beforehand. She obviously does not care too much that Cheeto seems like she's in love with Toka, but at the same point in time, it really doesn't matter at this point in time because they need to save Toka, and this is where the battle begins. In the end, Cheeto ends up getting almost destroyed by one of Toka's demon sword abilities that destroy half the town pretty much, and makes this giant crevice across the town. Literally, wow. Yeah, she's very destructive. But that wasn't the biggest point in this whole situation. He was saved by the twins as they put him on a win and said, "We just came in time." And then we get to see Cheeto actually use that win to his advantage, and he can actually control it. So he's starting to learn how to use the other spirit's powers as well. He can control the ice, he can control the wind, and I'm wondering how he's going to be able to control Miku's ability, since he's going to gain her at the end of this episode in the first place. And that's not really a spoiler, it's obvious on what's going to happen there. On top of that, we get to see him get up to Toka and free her from her demonic spell finally. She finally remembers Cheeto. She finally gets to the point of what happened and doesn't remember anything after that point, as he's trying to find out what really did. Now the biggest thing about this is that Cheeto isn't Cheeto. Cheeto is just the name he was given at this point, because he has a different name and that the evil guy was calling him by. And that name, I can't remember at this moment in time, but it was something with a K. It was Tokuma, something like that. The reason I can remember that because of Toka, because his name kind of sounds the same as Toka's, and it was Tokuma or something like that, and Tokamari, something like that. Anyway, so there is still a mystery behind the Cheeto. Wow, I almost wanted to call him Tokamari. Anyways, this final episode gave us a lot of insight on exactly where they're progressing with the storyline and how it's going to perform into the next season. On top of that, there is apparently another spirit locked up somewhere, and that's who Nightmare was trying to find. But enough about the final episode. Honestly, we get to see Cheeto use the powers of all the spirits in this anime, and I feel that was a great situation. It made him look even more BA, and made him look way more able to protect the girls over not being able to protect them at all. Using the sword, using ice, using wind. I'm very curious on how he's going to use Miko's in the end, and how things are going to pan out in Season 3. But unfortunately, Season 3 has not been announced yet, and it seems like they are halfway caught up with the manga itself, so they may just wait until they are a little bit further in the manga, or up to finishing the manga, depending on how they view it, to continue on the series, so they don't backtrack on anything else like that. Now, this does have an OVA, and it's about Nightmare and her good self that gets released from Nightmare's clutches, and then blah blah blah. If you guys want to watch it, because it is a kind of fun one to watch, and you get to really have fun with it. But on top of that, there is a movie as well for Days Alive. This movie was a pretty good movie, but I've watched bits and pieces of it here and there, because I couldn't find a full copy for some odd reason, but I know where I can find one now. And from what I saw, it looked like a really good movie, and what they were doing with it seemed cool. I mean, it seemed awesome. So I might actually go back and rewatch that and do a little bit of review on that. With the end of Data Live Season 2 and not another season to be seen, I gotta fill the spot up with something else, and I'm thinking about it, and I feel like I may know my next episode by episode reviews, and I'll keep you guys updated for those as they come. As you guys know, I still haven't found one for Friday, and Sundays I ended up flipping over to Saturday. Yeah, I'm not really good at keeping this stuff up, but I think tomorrow it's probably going to be more like Recreate or something like that, because Recreate seems to be something I want to do. Anyways, you guys, I'm off topic on this review, but seriously, amazing last episode. Really sad they didn't have a third season coming out, and it really disappoints me, but I hope they do make a third season for this, because watching what they were doing and how they were doing things really gives more of a feeling to it than reading it in the manga. Even though if you read it in the manga, you can really take the actions quite literally, but not. It's all give and take in the end. Anyways, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and until the next time, hope you guys have a great day and a fun one as well.